Hello, guys. Welcome to the second episode of the Coins and Conversations podcast. We thank you for your reception with the first video. We had a lot of good comments and some questions also, and we are very grateful. We hope that you continue to share our video and comments and like so that we get to we get to meet new audiences. We get to connect with new people. And we really appreciate your reception with the first video. All right. I'm Caleb, and my co-host is
Augustine.
all right. Yeah. So Charlie Augustine also.
Oh, Charlie,
Nice.
Like you said,
Yeah.
the first episode, we didn't expect to get a lot of people watching, like, because literally it was quite great to see people um having like the same experience as us and be able to comment to us also. We'll try and continue the same thing in the second episode. So, how are we going to start? Do you have anything for us or should I just take over?
So let's go on. Let's carry on.
All right. So, before we get into whatever conversation we have for today, we had an interesting comment in episode one, and I think it would be nice for us to go through and see what we think about it. It was a question, so I have it down here, so I'll come to um just say what it says. So, first off, the one question they asked was, the last episode we were talking about savings and how important that is.
Yeah.
So the question was, what happens to all the money you save up? Is saving the end goal, or is there something more to be achieved? So I don't know if you'd want to answer it or.
Okay. So with the first one, with the what happens to all the money saved up, right? Um, it's up to the person. I know me saying up to the person is very like subjective, but then basically main aim I think of like saving something is for a rainy day, right? The Bible talks say we could go watch the way of the ants. We should go and watch the ways of the ants and then like learn from them. And then when you go and see the ants, they actually save up stuff when um when it's sunny, when it's like summertime, when like there's no rain, right? And then when it starts raining, they are just inside eating whatever they saved up, right? So that's the main aim of the saving. You get it. So the money saved up. If you think you have enough money saved up, I was talking to someone and the person was like, um, she's been saving a lot. Like she has a lot of savings. So right now she doesn't know what to use it for. And I was like, if she thinks the savings is a lot, she can still save some part of that money. So let's say if you have 5,000 cedis saved up and you think, oh, the 5,000 cedis is just there, I'm not using it for anything. You can maybe leave 2,000 cedis there as savings, and then the 3,000 cedis you can use it for something. You can buy treasury bills, you can buy shares, you can start a small business. You can even give it to a friend who is having the business so that you give it as a form of loan or investment where the person will be giving you maybe some amount of money every month or every quarter or every year. You get it. So there are a lot of options that you can use save the money for. Right? There are a lot of options. You just have to talk to some people and then get their opinion on it. And the second question was, is savings the end goal or there's something more to be achieved? Um, there's there's something more to be achieved with the savings, as I was saying with the previous question. As in, you can start something else with it. You get it. So you just have to have conversations with people, do a little research to know what you can use that extra amount that you think is too much to be kept for savings for something. You get it. That's what I have to say.
Yeah. I think it makes a lot of sense. And the little that I have to add to that is, one small thing I've learned in life is, especially when you are thinking of getting your financial life in order, is savings is extremely important. It's savings, especially in the form of emergency funds. So I would add that what happens to all that money being saved up is it serves as a buffer for you during times when you don't have enough to do whatever you want to do. So, for example, you are in a situation where you need to come up with a lot of money to take care of maybe a sickness that was unexpected.
Yeah.
If you don't have that money saved up, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to take care. And you know, like unexpected things happen all the time. With me in particular, a couple last month, my phone just also the got spoiled. If I didn't have money saved up to take her and to take care of that expense, it would have been an issue for me. So I'd say that's one thing that savings does. It gives you a buffer as an emergency for the unexpected. And I would also say that in terms of the what is supposed to be achieved, like I said, what I've learned is that if you want to get your financial life in order, um, I know you can go and start a business, you can go and invest into all these wonderful things that out there. There are a lot of professionals out there you can speak to who can help you on those things. But then I've realized that before you even venture, and I'm sure if you read a lot of books, you realize that every financial person would advocate that you have something saved up before you you venture into all those other investments or businesses that could give you a profit. So yeah, I would say it's one of um, the things that's supposed to be achieved with savings. I don't know if it makes sense. So the second question was, what really is the benefit of saving? And I think we've talked a little bit about that. Right? I would like for you to give your response as well. And
Okay.
you don't. And the person was saying you don't get any increment if you save, and even if you do get it, it's something really small that you get. You know the interest rates on savings, especially for bank investing. So if I think
Yeah.
that's the so then the person will ask you what is the benefit of savings. So I think you started on here a little bit, but then I would like to
Yeah. Okay. So as I said first, even the Bible said we should go and learn the way of the ants, right? The ants see for a need. So like that's the actual benefit of it. But when you bring it down to the fundamentals, like that's it. So that when something comes up, maybe I remember one time my the screen of my phone, the phone fell into water and then the screen wasn't coming. I was like, it wasn't working. You get it? If I hadn't saved up at that moment, I would have to go and borrow money from someone. Or I wouldn't get the screen fixed the same because I really needed the phone the same day to do something. You get it? So it's through this saving for a rainy day. That was how I was able to get money for it. You get it? So basically, when you bring it down to the basics, is saving for, is like putting money down for when an emergency comes up or something. But then if you save and you get to a certain point, you realize that as the question says, you don't really get any increment, right? So let's say you have 5,000 cedis in the bank, and the bank is giving you, let's say 8%, right? Even if it was 10%, it means the whole year you only get 500 cedis or 5,000 cedis, which is very small, right? It's peanuts because if I have 5,000
Are
cedis
you sure?
and I wait 52 weeks, right, to get 500 cedis. What's the aim?
Hey,
You
you
get
made
it?
some.
Yeah. And banks are actually giving less than 8%. And then the funny thing is they also charge you with small charges like ATM fee, Visa card fee, and some even charge you monthly for just having the account. You get it. So in the end, you end up not getting anything. So that's the point where when you get money to a certain point and you think, oh, I have enough saved for a rainy day, then the rest of the money you can use it for something else to get more increase than the increment you are looking for in the bank account. Right? You can you can use you can use that money, extra money saved up for a business venture or something. So that's what I can say.
Okay. And I also add one last thing before we leave and actually start what we plan for today. So
Yeah.
I'll also say you also have to consider what the money is actually meant for. Probably yeah, yeah. and you only have like 3 more months to go and pay school fees. You've saved up 5,000, or you have 5,000 Ghana cedis. That you need to go and pay your school fees, and you need to pay that school fees in 3 months' time. I wouldn't advise that you go and use that amount to invest into something, especially risky asset, because you don't know if the amount is safe or you would get your principal and interest back. So you have to sit down and consider what you are going to use that money for and how long you need that money available, especially in a liquid form. So if you need that money immediately, or you need it in a short term to do something, then it's extremely safe for you to put it into the bank savings, regardless of how much interest you are going to get. Because the
Yeah.
essence of that money is not because you want interest on it, it's because you need it to do something. So I think that's
Yeah.
this is something to consider. And
Yeah.
also each with yeah,
I'm listening. I'm
so
listening to
I
you.
also see age also comes into play. So someone who is way older has a lot of kids, has school fees to pay, or the person get plenty expenses for you. Child talk. It is better to uh, everyone's condition is quite different, so you have to consider all of those factors. You know what it is that you want that money to do for you at that particular instant. Is treasury bill the best option for you? Is bonds or shares the best option for you? Is starting a business the best option for you, or just putting your money in the bank account? And like I said, there are lots of professionals out there you can talk to. This
Yeah. So coming back to what you just said, I think it happened to me when I had enough money saved up, and then I was like, I'm looking for something else to do. I literally took all the money in the savings and I used it for something else, right? And then like I realized with time, I realized that like there's an in for the savings, right? Because it got to a certain point in time. I'd put the money somewhere and then I needed some small amount of money to do something and I couldn't get it. I have to go and borrow from someone to be able to do it. So even if you go out to invest in something or to start a business venture or something, you should have some level of savings that you are not getting any increment on. Like just for emergency because you never know. Maybe where you put the money at, you can't withdraw it at the same time. Right. So you did this 5,000 school fees thing you were talking about. Imagine if you put that money in crypto and then crypto went now and it's 3,000, 5,000, 3,500 now. If you really have to pay your school fee, you will sell it and go and borrow another money, which is not the best thing to do. You get it too. You should have some amount of money that is just there where you're not getting any interest, you're not getting anything. Be okay with it. Understand that that is what a really do. And then you have money doing other stuff. Yeah. That's what I wanted to add.
Yeah, that's I think that's good advice. Charlie, you should consider becoming a financial analyst and also a financial advisor because you
Yeah.
never see those especially to one.
This one there, you feel like
You
you sell your
understand?
body. Oh. Hey, Charlie.
Yeah, they may, yeah, they
Hey.
may.
Right.
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah, I have his number. Okay, so you can message me. I'll give you his number so that you advise me.
You
Yeah, good.
understand? All
Yeah.
right, Charlie. So let's go into. I have a little something I want us to discuss. Obviously, if you also have something else, you can just ship that in and we talk about it. Like we said in the previous episode, we are not going to make this an extremely long this thing. Not more than
Yes.
30 minutes. Then if you are,
Okay.
the first episode was more than, but we're trying to keep it for 2 30 minutes maximum. Yeah. If you guys don't know, Caleb has a wonderful LinkedIn page where he shares his um he has this.
Hey,
Oh, I mean,
Charlie,
how they
hey,
promote my guy? Why you do this thing? Eh? They can promote
hey.
my guy. Eh? Eh?
Okay.
Say, okay, now make a leave. You say you can promote them your own way. You can explain it
Oh,
better than promote
yeah.
them.
Okay. So
Because it ties
the
into what I come to say. That's why.
okay. So I have a LinkedIn profile, right? I'll be Charlie. Everyone gets. I don't know. As long as you've been to the university, you get. I don't know. A lot of people have a LinkedIn profile. So on my profile. instead of the whole motivational things that a lot of people do. Basically, that's what sells on LinkedIn, right? I was like, oh, let me try something different. Let me actually put something up. So I have some slides where I actually put out a portfolio of stocks. That's like um, I've invested in so that people can see how my performance in the stocks that I'm buying is doing against the data bank M funds, doing against the stock market itself in Ghana, and comparing it to the treasury bill as well. So if you are interested in stuff like that, you can go and have a look at it. And if you have any questions, you can
Yeah. So what's the LinkedIn page? What's the name?
Caleb Monson, yes. The Monson,
Just Caleb
it will
Monk.
be hard. So I think
I'll
if
put
you
it. I'll
finish,
put it in the.
yeah, we'll put it in the link, right, in
Yeah.
the
I'll put
link
it.
down below or something, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can check it
All
out.
right.
Yeah.
But then on the top, what's your current investment? Like,
Is
the
it?
percentage returns you've made from that particular.
Yeah.
Like year to
I
date,
think
the
okay. I'm yet to do for the full year, like for the whole of 2024, but I think for the third quarter it was 24%. I forgot it. It
really.
was Yeah, it was either 24 or 27, but it's between, I know it's between 23, 28, this range. Yeah.
Actually, the middle account you're there, we start investment.
Oh, no, actually, but you, TBO, the 30 something percent. You see, you're
No,
better
but
off
a lot
investing
of
in TBOs.
because a lot of brokerage this fund managers they don't really fault. I'm sure they you did better than the M fund people. Or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you have to understand M-Fund. M-Fund is doing, okay, still, they had a lot of issues with people withdrawing out of their funds and stuff. So I get them. But then I think when you invest on your own, like you can actually beat a lot of these fund investors sometimes because like you are doing it yourself. Like you will get your own understanding, you get your own like methods to use and stuff. You get it, and like you wouldn't have to pay any fee to any manager because the M fund people are this. I think when the debt exchange thing came up, and a lot of their shareholders were like, "Oh, since this debt exchange has come up, we want to cancel management fees," and they didn't allow. They were like, "Oh, our managements are still working, so we still have to charge you." Imagine the customer, you are getting haircuts, and the person managing your money is not getting any haircuts. It's not fair.
my God.
You get you just the people were just asking for 1 year, just 1 year, and they
Oh,
still didn't understand. You get it? So I think you are better
that
off
mark to market
managing your
thing,
own stuff.
we heard a lot of people. The mark to market thing, the stuff, they really fuck up a lot of people. Oh, at
Yeah,
that point in
yeah,
time, we know that all my money for that page. So
yeah.
I didn't have any money for the oh.
Then I'm,
That time that at the homeschool schools at jail,
yeah,
I jail
when I
money
have
for
to
that.
the same thing. You see, I will think come up now. We go enjoy, and you know the whole problem. Yeah, yeah, for you. Yeah,
Very nice. You're so tying into like what you do. Yeah, there's something I would want us to do. I don't know if you would want to do it with physical cash or not. It's debatable. But then you see, I've seen a couple of videos where people predict or like they set a certain amount of money, and this is purely for entertainment purposes, no financial advice given here. If you want financial advice, please go and see a certified financial advisor. Please.
yeah, he's sitting. He's
So
sitting right here. He's sitting
I
right here.
beg,
Don't worry, guys.
make you look at you trouble, I beg. My God, I beg.
Good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So this for purely intimate, they just set a certain amount of money and pick whatever form of investments they want. And at the end of the year, they just review and see like what how well that investment performed. So um definitely it's some because you don't know what this is like the first time you're hearing about it from me. So
Okay.
you could think about it and let's see. So what I want us to do is just 100 cities, and yeah, you guys working from home, you could um if you are interested in, you could also join and add whatever money. You are not using physical cards at the day. You are just this is all this thing. I don't know how to say it.
fun for fun.
Theory based.
Yeah.
Theory. So I just want us to select whatever investment they want. Any investment they are, and hypothetically, if you invested 100 Ghana cedi in that investment, or if like you can make it do 1,000, if you invested it into that investment, then at the end of the year, probably we could give feedback over the course of various episodes that we are going to have. But then at the end of the year, we'll just see how it performed and we'll have a conversation about it. I don't know if it's something that sounds interesting to you, but then I think it's going to be fun to do. And if you're interested in it, just try it.
I think we can do that. That would be actually interesting to see how it goes with that. So that
Yeah,
so that people who also
yeah,
watch behind will also see like how various investments are going and stuff. I think it's a good idea.
yeah. But one rule, um,
Yeah.
you can invest in anything. I think that we're going to spend about that 1,000 Ghana. Like I
Yeah.
said before, this hypothetical money. Please don't come and listen to us and again invest your actual
Yeah.
1,000 Ghana in
Yeah.
physical thing. You lose it. They come and blame
Yeah.
us, please. This is just
Yeah.
hypothetical.
Okay.
So right now we know in Ghana, if you want to invest right now, the best interest rates or the best rates are at the treasury market. So I'm excluding the treasury market.
Best
So
guaranteed. There are other good
guaranteed.
investments, but
Sorry, sorry.
best
Yeah,
guaranteed.
Charlie. You be like the one says you know say go.
Adive. Adive.
The safest guaranteed rates are in the treasury market. So I
Yeah.
want you to exclude the treasury market. So any other thing you think about. So probably in the next episode we'll come and present those investments to you guys. And
Yeah.
you can also you guys watching at home can also participate if you are interested in. You can leave it in the comments what companies or what stocks, what investment, anything there you get challenge or if you get some kind of idea because we never hear before. You can leave it in the comments and tell us what you are going to
Yeah,
invest
and
into. Okay.
when you do that, we might actually pick one episode where we look at what people said, and then we see how the progress is going on and everything. So
Yeah,
I
that's
think
right.
this is going to be very fun.
Yeah, I think so too as well. So yeah, like I said, this is the 1,000 Ghana cedis challenge. It's not physical money. If you want to use your physical money, make it account you but you
Yeah,
know we are Charlie, you know me here, you just be two teenagers who they can't talk for you. You know they can't really go in the card right there and that's the piece. The 1,000 Ghana cedis challenge. Next week we could bring whatever we want to invest in. And yeah, I think that's going to be an interesting thing for us to do.
okay, so
All right, so
I have a question. I have a question for you, right? Uh,
all right,
what is your opinion on debt?
depth.
Yeah, debt. That's in borrowing money.
Okay.
What's you thinking about
You
it?
know, it's an interesting question to ask because listen, sometimes I actually think about like if if it's a good thing or not, like. But then I would say I'm neutral when it comes to debt. It can be both good and it can be bad as well. It just depends on how you use it. Like any other thing, when it comes to the financial world, it could be good for you or bad. People who invested in cryptocurrencies, 2016 and 2020, they get money past here and you live with it. Because, you are, we might all sit here and argue that crypto is a risky investment, but Charlie, a lot of people have made money on it. The other side too, and for that's very true for majority of people is that it's not going to go well for you. So a lot of people did not make it with cryptocurrencies, and there's a lot more stories out there. You don't need me to come and tell you what that is. So I would say the thinking for this. It just depends on the knowledge you have and how you utilize it. It can be extremely good for you and it can be extremely bad. Yeah, so it depends on the knowledge you have and how you're going to utilize that resource. But then I would say in general, especially for people living in Africa, it's just going to be the better option is just to stay away from it. You might think, oh, I have this knowledge, I can do this, I can do that. But actually, it just will lead you into some kind of situation we really like. So I would say for majority of people, if you think you are part of the, I would say 1% that can handle it and can handle it effectively to actually build wealth, then why not go for it? After all, finding the most, I would say the effective ways to build wealth is always um appreciated. So if you think you are part of that 1%, why not get it? But then for majority of people, it's just going to be easier for you to like stay away from it. And I always say one thing I've also realized is that, like I said, even if you read a lot of books, when it comes to building your financial life, I said the first thing is for they will tell you to build this one emergency fund or a savings, but then that's actually not true. Yeah, majority of the time, at least from the people I've been watching and the books I've been reading, they actually tell you to pay off your debt first before even building up savings. So if all of these the knowledgeable people are telling you to pay off debt and you are in a position where you don't even have debt, why would you even waste it in the first place? And you know, in Ghana, I've realized that it's like we have come to normalize this thing. They like the bull. They like the bull. And,
Now, I
and
mean,
also, I think it's
if I come on, not to cut you off, but if the people at the top, if your government they do how much money, I mean, we'll talk to you, people. There's this famous thing where people they say, "I'm buying crown about I'm buying crown."
not
See how much
a
money.
buying the canoe. One situation, okay, on my people. Eh? A buying the car, and I mean, bro, then the way the government they need money, eh,
but
I think it was it.
you know the bad way they be careful. Even when you talk say I'm buying crown the car, you see when a government people then they live in luxury, they live luxurious life, but they owe. So if
Uh,
Democrat they owe them, they live luxurious life. How much money? Which you Charlie I'll be person. Like,
eh? I'll be come on, right.
wow.
So this be the no. I know people. I know it makes sense. You see a bank card. No, this kind of one would. Yeah. Also, on the guy you get the money. You know, money see they go village and things go be all time for. We get a bank card. So Charlie, I think it was like 2 days ago that government borrowed 300 million from World Bank, and Charlie, then they really they need a lot of money. Until after they do that, get distracting thing. Because if you watch the treasury market, you will see every week the amount we government they accept in terms of the pay coming. It be like right now it is extremely high. You see, the beginning of the year, though, probably they were accepting 1 billion, 2 billion, and 1 billion, but I think it's gone to like 3 billion, 4 billion, even 5 billion sales of
Every
money.
week.
It's like wow, every
Hey,
fucking
that
week.
be
You
serious.
understand? I'm sorry for the people that want to pay. I'm sorry. Yeah, every week, it's like 2, 3, 4, 5 billion. And in 3 months times, 6 months time, 1 year, depending on whichever this one deal you bought, they will pay back. Oh. Like
Yeah.
you know, they do the so if
Yeah.
they
Then
can't
they
watch
they,
government,
they, they run their own Ponzi scheme.
let's go. Sorry,
They
so
finish that.
maybe I'll talk to you.
They finish that. They will tell you government wants to have a chat with bond holders. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, one guy, there's one is true. And if you like, I don't know, I think they make a try buy the newborn song, but I put that there sound like it. Charlie. If you appeal to old one, and newborn know if you appeal to. So, Charlie, yeah, let's go to see stay clear about. Okay, I know there might be situations where like you would have to borrow. That's like the last resort, but then after you borrow that money, like you have to sit down and think like, what is like I don't know how like what's the underlying issue? Because if you don't like actually find a solution for it, then you will have to come back to going again. You understand? So it really depends. I mean, say for school sometimes they ask money small, wait, I will pay back. Yeah. I mean, I know how to. I think I'm one. I don't want to brag, but I think I'm one of the 1% people. I will use them money.
You
Uh,
like how? What you talk? I know it.
I think I'm part of the 1%. I know how to manage debt well. So really, if you want
Ah,
to come to me, you
it's,
understand. You understand. See that?
yeah,
So Charlie. But then for majority of people, in all seriousness, just stay clear of it. Just it's not even a there's even this Bible scripture where God says the borrower becomes slave to the lender. So Charlie,
yeah. That
you
thing's very serious.
you are sure. Well, as I
Yeah,
see how and I was like, God of mercy.
yeah, very
Charlie,
serious.
the borrower becomes a slave. You see, people don't know what was coming, Charlie. That's why Ghana be the way like that. Too.
The whole Africa sec, you realize like we are slaves, because we are borrowers. That's it. So the what thing go talk if our IMF tell you say this year make no pay teachers, they don't dey do. But so
Bro,
you are definitely a slave. Like that Bible
and,
quotes there, it is serious.
and you know how it makes sense because even before the second trans totally reading before government came out, like we had to actually this one like they had to come and review it. So like they gave you some like I would say like aims and objectives you really for me to do.
Yeah,
When on meeting those objectives, that's when we were now approved to receive the second class. So really, it's like slave, like you tell your master they tell you to do this one and this one. If you do one, I'll give you one.
Ali.
You understand?
Serious,
Right? So it
serious,
makes sense.
serious,
Yeah.
serious.
But why you ask them? Where this question come from?
Uh, I think then what was it? I did try kite. Then me and somebody they have conversation about buying a house like abroad, but is a I don't know
Like
be
your level
a
to
lot
be
of
small.
oh nah. It was just a conversation. I didn't really need to yeah. So and then the person they talk about how if you buy a house you will get the equity that sense, but then there is this aspect where if you I think you default on like three payments or something, the bank can effectively buy the house from you, right? Without you having a say. They can literally take it away from you. So it makes I started to think about like how debts deal with the things. Yeah. That'd be where the question would go.
Mhm. Right, so, like I was saying, also just have the knowledge because a lot of people make money study with debt. A lot, just maybe you went more at a lower interest rate, then you then use it to then buy a higher interest rate, then the investment, yeah, now some business, then just give out time interest. So you can make money from it too, but then for majority of people, you can just say, okay, you're going to
Ah,
that's what
ah.
I say. And is there any other question before we do any announcement?
Oh, no, there's no other question. I think we'll reserve the other
So
ones for next week.
yeah, you understand. You say, but I guess one last thing be that I don't want me to talk about, but then I think say time they overlap, they can't pass the 30 minutes. So
Yeah.
we'll just leave it for next week. Next week. So this is the end of the second episode of the Queens and Conversations podcast. We had a absolutely wonderful conversation, and like I said, we'll try and make this a consistent thing. I was supposed to post this last week, but we weren't able to, so we'll just try um keep up with the content. Like we said earlier before, if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments. You have anything, and if you also feel like joining the Thousand Ghana Cedis challenge, just leave it in the comments as well. Just leave the stocks or investment you want to invest in, and any other questions too, you can just leave it. We'll try and answer it. You have any suggestion? Don't, just feel free. Access you can um reach out to me. You can reach out to Caleb too as well. And I think that's the end of this very episode. See you in the episode 3 of the Queens and Community Podcast.
I don't fall for you. I keep loving you. You got me feeling loose.